Race number 5 at Ascot. It is the listed Tab Touch Placid Arcs over the 1200 metres mark. There's some handy types in this, some good quality fillies.
Yes, this is a very, very good race indeed, Adam, but we'll go back and have a look at last start winner, Sweet Aura.
Off the bridle very quickly. He's still hard at work on Sweet Aura. Chin strap coming to her outside. She's starting to get busy now, Sweet Aura. And Badge of Honour on the courage, at least on the inside. He's an absolute shot duck. Sweet Aura's gone past him. Fairy Whispers battling away and Chin strap's running on. He's got the money though on the filly once again. There's win number 6, Sweet Aura.
Brilliant's probably the word that we want to use when we talk about Sweet Aura. Has won so much prize money already now, $350,000 from the 10 starts, 6 victories and 2 seconds as well. The last 2 runs have been really good. Beat Precious Memories by 2.5 lengths and beat Chinstrap last start as well. I think the 1200 metres is ideal for her. I've been waiting for her to step out over this distance, but this is a really tough race for her because there's some good genuine speed that will not give it up in the likes of Caipirinha.
Another couple we'll touch on there, Adam. Caipirinha, the one you mentioned, got out to the mile of the champion fillies last week. Back to 1200 metres here. Was still a pretty good run considering she probably doesn't get that 1600 metres. Fit strong at 1200 metres, should be very much in the race.
I was so impressed with her over that 1600 metres, just get massive ticks because there was question marks whether she was even going to go to the 1400. She raced in that race, finished second behind Ella Gazoom, so they went, we might as well have a go here at the 1600 metres. Game again, finishing 5th, only beaten 3.8 lengths, carrying the 55.5. So at least you know she's got massive ticker and she continues to fight on. Drops back to the 1200 metres. This is her bread and butter. Barrier 3, gets in front. Good luck getting past her.
One of the boys we'll touch on returning here, Where's Wally, is of course a half to lighten in my veins who goes around in the James Bogues Premium Railway Stakes. The trial was very good recently.
Handy type this one and a progressive type as well. We have to respect that. I know when you take a look and you see a Pinjarra win and then you see a head victor over Night Watchman, it doesn't read great, but this gallop is just going to improve with every single run. Drawn nicely in barrier 4 with the 56 kilos can play a part.
Adam, you're on top selections.
Number 2, Caipirinha, but I've got a big watch on number 10, Leap Fade, and number 7, Sweet Aura, and 11, Precious Memories.
Number 7 for me, Sweet Aura, the $350,000 earner, ahead of 1, Where's Wally. Number 2, Caipirinha, and the 8, Stored Energy.
Race number 6 at Ascot. It is the listed Carbine Club of WA Stakes. It's over the 1400 metres mark. We see a couple of horses that didn't quite make the railway in here and a few that are heading towards the Winterbottom as well.
They can all play a part too, Adam, but let's have a look at the Colonel Reeves Stakes last start where Coming Back ran 4th.
Dream Volkov coming back, got a beautiful inside run at the 250. Vega Magic reaches the lead. He booted a length and a half. Military Rain coming back. Rock Magic is coming down the outside. Vega Magic the leader. Look at Rock Magic coming. Rock Magic flying. Vega Magic stopping. Rock Magic gunning him down. Went to the line. Nothing in it. Rock Magic. Vega Magic.
Nice performance there by Coming Back. This horse has got so much class. We've been talking about it recently in box seat that just the horse continues to get better and now it's at an ideal distance. 6 attempts over the 1400 metres, 3 victories in 3 seconds. Barrier 11 for mine isn't an issue. There's enough speed in this race with the likes of Great Shot in this run. I think he'll be able to just attack the line strongly. I think it's the one that beat from what we saw last start.
I'd have to agree. Those form lines are certainly very strong. Adam, we'll touch on the likes of Stocks who of course didn't get a run in the Railway Stakes, but this looks a much more suitable option. Should be able to go out in front, not quite dictate with the likes of Vengabus there, but still run a very nice race.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Stocks does. I'm not sure if he'll be able to find the lead from barrier 6, but maybe 2 or 3 pairs back and show that turn of foot that we saw 2 starts ago in the Asian Bow and then even in the Group 3 Peters as well. So I think the form lines are good enough, but I do prefer some other runners from those races. I think Great Shot gets in really nice in the weight with the 56.5 kilos and should be able to dictate the race. And you put a line through Showy Chloe last start, had no luck at all. You go back to start before, 4 wide the trip, barrier 12, beaten a half length by Heartstarter, which I think can run a race in the railway. I think she's definitely in the race.
Chocolate Holic back down to 1400 metres here after running in the 1800 metres of the Ascot Gold Cup. Certainly should get a better chance here. Damien Oliver goes on board. Of course, all the jockeys coming over from the east for our big race day here. Look, week backup is an interesting one, but we'll get every chance that Damien Oliver on.
Question marks for mine now because I know that after the last run they were contemplating going for a spell. Look, the horse pulled through the run. We know they walked in that race as well, so it could be a potential for give, but for mine, you just keep an eye on it. It's in my numbers, but I don't have the same confidence around this horse I did. Maybe it has had enough. It's been a very big prep and it's raced against some nice horses throughout, but I'm going to go with number 9 Coming Back. That run was huge last start. From number 6 Showy Chloe, 5 Great Shot and 3 Chocoholic.
I've got the 9 on top as well, Coming Back ahead of the 11 Special Delivery, 3 Chocolate Holic and number 6 Showy Chloe.
Race number 7 at Ascot. It is the Group 2 Sky Racing WA Guineas. It's over the 1600 metres mark. This is an intriguing affair, and we know that the barriers have already played such a big hand in this race.
Yes, and 3 girls take on the rest of the boys. The main form line, though, is the Fair Ether Stakes. Let's have a look at Soul Special winning that race.
Field shows Minus Looks into the home straight, and the Faretha Humanity headed for home over Lusaha. Ragazzo Doro getting up on the inside, Get Over It down the outside. Soul Special is starting to run on powerfully at the 100. Soul Special coming at Lusaha. Humanity fighting back tooth and nail on the inside. On the outside, the favourite Soul Special reaches the lead though in the shadow.
Strong performance again there by the favourite. Really had to knuckle down late, but I love the way this horse ran through the line. Look, barrier 15 here makes it very interesting, but I'm pretty confident that Brad Parnham will be able to be in that 3-wide line working through the run nicely. There's some good speed in this race as well. We've seen that in the lead-up races. So I think if Soul Special can just relax through those early stages, I think the 1600 metres is ideal. With that turn of foot, it's still going to be very hard to beat despite that draw.
The main ones to follow out of that race, Adam, with a 4 in behind it. Now we had Get Over It, we had Lusaha, we also had Humanity and Ragazzo Dioro. They weren't far off, and they all have to be considered chances here.
They certainly do. Out of those, I'll probably lead to Get Over It. I thought it was a much better, well, it wasn't a much better run than all of them, but it certainly appeared to have plenty of upside. But barrier 2, bit tricky there as well. William Pike on board, always a positive. This horse has a really good turn of foot. The other ones out of there, Lusaha, I think will be suited again up to the 1600 metres. Craig Williams takes a ride, but it meets Soul Special 1.5 kilos worse. Humanity is a type that is improving with every single run. We have to remember that as well. Drawn in barrier 3, should be able to find the front comfortably. If they can settle with Hugh Bowman out in front, it'll be hard to get past. And Ragazzo Doro as well is a horse I've got a lot of time for. I mentioned to you in the mounting yard going to that race, it was about $50, $60 at that occasion, just said it was overs. Again, it might just be a prep off, but it's a nice type, going to be in a good position.
Adam, the fillies very quickly. Whispering Brook returns from a Melbourne campaign where she wasn't disgraced. Group 1 placed, in fact. Iron Boudica held on for a nice third last start in the champion fillies off the 1 week backup, as is Ella Kazoom, who will probably go into this race as favourite.
Whispering Brook wins. I don't think any of us are surprised. As you said, Group 1 place, we're probably showing her a lack of respect if we don't have her in the numbers. Number 15, Iron Boudica, needs a bit of luck from that wide draw. Hasn't done anything wrong. I'll be intrigued to see if they push forward again from that draw and with the speed. And number 16, Ella Kazoom. Now, I've got her on top in this race, but I do have some concerns. The fillies have struggled in this race before. We've seen horses like Miss Rose Delago, Delicacy, these types fall short here. Then you take a look at the battering that she took in that run last start. She pulled up mildly lame as well. She was sore Sunday and Monday, according to Stephen Parner, but has galloped well since. So there are a few question marks, but despite that, I am going to put her on top because she's just drawn to get the run of the race again, and I think she's got a brilliant turn of foot. So I'll have her on top from 1 Soul Special, so the brothers going 1, 2, number 5, Get Over It, and 10, Humanity.
I've got number 10, Humanity, can give a really nice kick out in front. Has won over a mile already this preparation from the 1 Soul Special, number 5, Get Over It, and the 6, Lusaha.
Race number 8 at Ascot. It is the race that we have all been waiting for, the James Bogue Premium Railway Stakes over the 1600 metres, a Group 1 event. We have quality absolutely everywhere, as you'd expect, Mark.
Dripping with class is this race. Even for a Group 1 handicap, there is class everywhere. The jockeys, the horses, the trainers. What a marvellous affair it's going to be. But we'll go straight into the replay here of Perfect Reflection winning the Group 2 Listier Stakes.
For home though, he's about 3 in front as Walker Stokes up. Cowie has to draw the whip. Disposition running on. Further back, Tradesman, Perfect Reflection as well. Disposition hit the lead at the 150. Perfect Reflection is trying to run him down. She's coming quickly. Perfect Reflection went to Disposition on the outside, Tradesman, but she's back today. Perfect Reflection won it.
It's a brilliant performance there by Perfect Reflection. I know on box seat, I was just so confident that she was going to win this race. She got into the weights perfectly. The draw was going to be nice. There was good speed, and she was going to be able to show that turn of foot late, and she was able to do so. This is a big question mark for mine though. Barrier 2 is the worst barrier she could possibly ask for. I spoke to Bob Peters about this again the other day as well. He thought it was a nightmare. She cannot be cluttered up on the inside. If she is, it spells trouble already, and her race could be over before they even turn for home. She is going to need luck. The other thing as well is that a lot of these get some nice weight swings on her, which for mine has to be another of the concerns. So when there's a few that have more positives, like Lightning Veins getting 3 kilos on her and stuff like this, I think there's more value to be found.
Also, Cowie, Disposition comes out of that race. Pornichet as well, the Listier Stakes. Disposition's quite poorly weighted with 56 kilos for a horse that hasn't won a Group 1.
Beats Perfect Reflection half a kilo better for that 0.5 length loss. Barrier 19 obviously comes in with the emergencies being scratched as well. I still think Disposition can win this race. I know, as you said, when you look at it and the weights and what it's won, it's not too far away, but it hasn't been that far away in very good races as well, so it is still a chance.
Tradesman, of course, was very good in that race. The Lestier Stakes comes into this with 53 kilos, gets a run, has to be considered every possible. But Adam, let's talk about some of these interstate horses here. We've got the winner from last year returning, Good Project. He's brought a stablemate as well in McIntosh.
Prior to doing the form, I'd kind of dismissed Good Project, to be honest. I really like the form lines of McIntosh, Hiorshi, these types as well. When I went through and we're looking at the sectionals, watching the replays of the recent runs as well, I just thought Good Project can come here and do exactly what it did last year. From barrier 7, it can find the front or sit just outside the lead without doing much work. It was held up badly last start in the Group 1 as well at Flemington and still finished off strongly on the inside. Hugh Bowman on board, they can just ease through the run nicely, kick away at the top of the straight. I think this horse is going to be very hard to beat. What I will say though, if McIntosh drew a better gate, I would be leaning towards it.
Adam, we've also got Regis. He comes from the Darren Weir Yard, the almighty Darren Weir Yard, in outstanding form. Won the Group 3 Chatham Stakes, a race which Disposition actually won last year. But Regis, he won on that occasion when the track was favoured to inside runners, came down the outside, won very impressively.
Barrier 11, the 53.5 kilos. Damien Lane knows Ascot well enough. Hasn't won any further than 1,400 metres, but I don't think it's going to be an issue here. Has to be respected as well. It's certainly a very nice galloper.
Adam, we could go all day about this race, but give us your top 4.
Look, I'm going to go with number 5, Good Project. From number 11, Heart Starter, which gets in perfectly in the weights. Number 7, McIntosh, and 16, Tradesman.
I'm going with the 6, Perfect Reflection. She should get a lovely run, hopefully in the running line. From number 9 there, Regis. Number 7, McIntosh, and the 1, Kawi.
Final race of the day at Ascot is the Crown Perth Jungle Miss Classic, a listed event over the 1,200 metres. Mark, there is class everywhere.
Yes, this is a great race to finish off what will be a magnificent day of racing at Ascot. Adam, let's go into the replay of Jester Jingle. It was just a Class 3, but the way she won was mighty impressive.
Deeper out, Jester Jingle is starting to wind up in a length and a half to 12 rounds. Calmer Days down on the inside, quickly headed by Transgressor, and now Jester Jingle. Here comes the favourite beginning to hit overdrive, and she let down. She spaced them in a stride, Jester Jingle. She's coming away, and Hall just sits up and she cruises down to win it easily. Great tussle for second and third.
This horse is probably the toughest in the card to weigh up because, as you mentioned, she won a Class 3 56 plus on a Wednesday with the conditions to favour in a very small field and a pretty average field as well. But the way this horse won had to catch your eye. I know you and I have been really keen on her through this entire prep. Could not believe that she jumped. Well, she opened about $4 or $5, I think, was backed into $2.60. Then you see the draw that she's got as well. Barrier 4 with the 55 kilos. I think the 1,200 metres will suit. So although on paper she hasn't been in these type of races, I just think she gets the run of the race. A nice turn of foot. I think she finishes in the top 4.
Yeah, Peter Hall did not move a muscle on that occasion. It was a very good run. Number 1, Let It Slip, finally gets to fillies and mares company and looks ideally suited in this race.
Looks one of the best bets of the day in my opinion. I thought Dan Pearce has been very smart with this galloper not to run last week. He just said, look, we go around here, we're probably running for second or third. We'll wait till next week, target the fillies and mares and get the job done. 57.5 kilos. Look at the runs recently. Beaten 2 lengths by Light in My Veins, beaten 3 lengths by State Solicitor with the 57. 4 attempts at the track and distance for a victory and 2/3. From barrier 2, just needs a little bit luck to roll out of the fence. She's got the best turn of foot.
Number 11 there, Meteoroid, was a nice first up winner last start. Went and sat outside of the leader and beat Astronomite on that occasion. Not sure about the form lines about Astronomite, but Aaron Mitchell rides for Simon Miller will certainly put the speed into the race. Adam, tell us about Secret Nova. That track record at Ascot is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And that's when we compare these horses like a Meteoroid, which won a grade 62 plus. Then you look at a horse like Secret Nova, you see 78 plus form behind Peninsula, you see 72 plus form as well. Then you take a look at the track and distance record, 3 attempts, 2 victories in a second. Good first up record as well. You have to go towards those type of form lines.
Adam, you're on top selections.
I'm going with number 1, Let It Slip, one of the best bets of the day. Number 3, Cosmic Storm, very excited about her return. 5, Secret Nova, and 15, Jester Jingle.
I've got the one on top as well, Adam. Let It Slip does look a very good bet on the card. Number 5, Secret Nova. 15 there, Jester Jingle, the replay horse. And number 11, Meteoroid.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card. Very hard to separate throughout, Mark, but I've gone with race 5 at number 2, Caipirinha, and race 9, number 1, Let It Slip.
I'll be going against you in race 5, Adam. I've got number 7, Sweet Aura, the $350,000 winner. She's got the runs on the board. And race number 6, horse number 9, Coming Back.
As we always say, do follow us on social media. We'll be very active for this Group 1 Railway Stakes Day. We look forward to seeing what you upload. perthracing.com.au, because don't forget, if you're missing this day, the Masters Series will be continuing on, so we'd love to see you out there in the next 2 weeks. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you plenty of winners.